देवदेव जगन्नाथा प्रपन्नार्ति विनाशना त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्षा patitam bhavasadare. O gods of gods, O Jagannatha, the Lord of the universe, please destroy this great distress that has overcome me. O lotus-eyed one, please deliver this fallen soul from the ocean of material existence. Namaste Halakrama, Namaste Masalayuda, Namaste Revati Kanta, Namaste Bhaktavatsala. Obeisances to you, O holder of the plough. Obeisances to you, O wielder of the mace. Obeisances to you, O darling of Revati. Obeisances to you, O kind benefactor of your devotees. Jayadevi Bhakti Datri Prasida Parameshwari Jayadevi Subhadratvam Sarvesham Bhadradayini. All glories to you, the bestower of Bhakti. You are famous as the supreme controller of these material universes. Glories to you, Subhadra Devi, the giver of auspiciousness to one and all.
Mahambodhistire Kanakarujire Nilashikare Vasan Prasadanta Sahar Balabhadrina Balina Subhadra Madhyastha Sakala Sura Siva Vasarado Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me. On the shore of the great ocean, within a large palace, atop a brilliant golden Nilachal hill, Lord Jagannath resides with his powerful brother Balabhadra and his sister Subhadra, who sits in between them. May that Jagannath Swami, who bestows the opportunity for devotional service, be the object of my vision. Hare Krishna. Did you know the temple of Jagannath has some restrictions that only certain classes of people can enter, such as only the Indians can step into the temple, and you have to be a Hindu to go into the temple. Also, the low caste are not allowed. Keeping all these restrictions in mind, I heard something very interesting. When we have a normal sickness like cold or a cough, we go to the doctor to get treated, right? But when we have a really severe disease that we are not even able to get up from bed, the doctor himself comes to treat us. Similarly, when a person is materially diseased, he goes to the temple to meet the doctor, the Supreme Lord. But when he's really materially diseased, that so much so that he doesn't even realize, or he doesn't know what to do about it, like the low caste and the Westerners who are not allowed into the temple, the Lord himself comes out of the temple and meets them. That Lord is none other than the all-merciful, the Lord of the universe, Lord Jagannath. Isn't it fascinating? In fact, all of Lord Jagannath's pastimes are equally mesmerizing and magical that everyone enjoys and loves to hear them. Today, it's going to be a roller coaster ride filled with interesting, thoughtful, and blissful short stories from the life of a great devotee of Lord Jagannath called Dasya Bauri. So we are going to travel to a village about 2 kilometers from Puri called Baligram. Hope you're all ready. Sit tight, fasten your seatbelts, and let's go. In this village called Baligram lived the low caste tribal called Dasya Bauri. He was so ignorant that he didn't even understand what was pious activity and what was sinful activity. He and his wife were very poor and they didn't have any children. Dasya Bauri was a weaver, and the amount of money that he got from selling the cloth barely even maintained him and his wife, let alone if he had a child. Apart from the poor lifestyle that Dasya Bauri led, what we get to know is that he really liked to visit the homes of Brahmanas during the festival times, and he would just sit in a corner and listen to the songs that glorified the Lord. Even though he didn't understand what they meant, he really liked to listen to them, and that gave him a lot of pleasure. In this way, he was leading his life, working to just maintain himself and his wife, and occasionally hearing to some kirtan about the Lord. At one point, he got so immersed that he accepted mantra initiation from a guru, and he started wearing kanthi mala and applying tilaka on his forehead. So now he was continuously associating with devotees and hearing Harikatha from them. Slowly he came to know a lot about the Lord, and he was determined that Lord Sri Hari is the absolute truth. He even developed a quality that whatever happens, may it be happiness or distress, he remained content and steady. Yet, he used to always think that destiny has given me the birth of a low caste. How can I get Hari Bhakti from being in this low caste family? But still, he continued doing his Hari Bhakti. And days passed. Then it was the time once again for Jagannath Rath Yatra in Puri, where thousands of people from all over the country come to see Jagannath coming out of the temple and riding majestically in his chariot along with his brother and sister. So Dasya had this desire to go to Puri and meet the Lord. By the way, he hadn't seen the Lord before. He didn't even have a picture of the Lord, or he didn't have a deity, so he hadn't even seen the Lord. So he wondered, how does Lord Jagannath look? Thinking in this way, he decided to go to Puri with some villagers who were also going there. When he arrived there, he found a place for himself to stand on the grand road, which was in front of the temple, and he stood in front of the Nandi Ghosh Ratha, which is the chariot of Lord Jagannath, and he took darshan of the Lord for the first time. Dasya Bauri was overcome with joy. When he saw the Lord sitting majestically in his chariot, he paid obeisances, and he started to shed streams of tears from his eyes. He gazed upon the black Sri Mukha of the Lord, the beautiful face, and he was so ecstatic by seeing the beautiful reddish lips of the Lord and the black eyes of the Lord that he started to offer prayers. Oh my Lord Jagannath, I am such a fallen soul. Please do not neglect me. Please enlighten my heart with knowledge. You are known as Patita Pavan, deliverer of the fallen souls. You are the only truth in this universe. From now on, you are everything to me. So in this blissful state and in the smaranam of the beautiful face of the Lord, Dasya then left for his house. He arrived at his house and his wife called him to eat. So he quickly washed his hands and legs and he sat down to eat. His wife had prepared some rice and spinach, and she kept a large red clay pot in front of him. She served the hot rice and then she put a bit of black spinach. The spinach was a bit old, so it had turned black and wrinkled. What would you do when after a long tiresome journey? Obviously, anyone would not even think of anything else, would not even waste a single second and start eating right away, right? But you know what Dasya Bauri did? He first noticed the red circle of the clay pot, then the mountain of white rice that was on top, and then the black spinach in the middle. He saw red, white, black, and he screamed out loud, "Oh Lord, these are my Lord's eyes. These are my Jagannath's eyes. How can I eat them? These are the same beautiful white lotus eyes that I saw in the Rath Yatra. I'm not going to eat them, Lord." And he started jumping up and down in ecstasy, and he started singing and dancing, and he was saying so many different things that no one understood. He was completely behaving like a madman. His hair stood on end, his body was trembling, and he was so ecstatic. Seeing this state of Dasya Bauri, his wife was startled and afraid that what happened to my husband? Why is he behaving like this? So she called some of the villagers and told them to calm him down. She thought maybe he just went to Jagannath Puri, maybe some yogi did some black magic on him, and that's why he's behaving like a madman. So out of a lot of concern, the villagers asked, "Oh Dasya, what happened? Why are you behaving like this? Why are you jumping up and down and not eating the rice?" Dasya replied, "These look exactly like my lord's eyes. Can't you see? How can I eat them?" And he kept on dancing and jumping in ecstasy. The villagers were surprised and mesmerized by the devotion of Dasya Bauri, and they asked, "Where did you get this bhava? Did Bhavagrahi Lord Jagannath himself shower his mercy upon you?" And they said, "From this day onwards, you will be known as Baligram Das." And they requested his wife that please now serve the rice and spinach in 2 separate bowls. And when she did that, Dasya Bauri had calmed down and he ate peacefully. From that day onwards, his mind was totally fixed on the lotus eyes of the Lord. And he always remembered the sound vibrations of the kartal and the mridanga and the ghanta that he heard during the Rath Yatra. Anything that material he saw, he thought it was poison and he kept away. He became very peaceful, merciful and truthful, and he gained all the Vaishnava qualities. He was always thinking about Lord Padmanabha. It is very fascinating and wonderful to see how Lord Jagannath is so dear to his devotees. He does not consider any caste or creed or activities, and no austerity or charity or religious activities can please the Lord. He is Bhavagrahi, the abode of Bhava. If only one chants the holy name of the Lord with firm conviction and pure devotion in their heart, the Lord belongs to them. Day and night, Baligram was thinking about the Lord. And on one specific night, he went to sleep meditating upon the Lord's lotus feet. And he thought, "Will that Lord be merciful upon me so that I can see his 4-handed form?" In this way, he slept. Lord Jagannath, being the all-merciful Lord, understood his devotee's desire. And you know what he did? Lord Jagannath left his altar from the temple and came running towards the village where Baligram lived. And he appeared in front of Baligram in the middle of the night. Baligram was amazed and he said, "What I had seen on the chariot in the Rath Yatra that day is the same form that is in front of me today. Lord Brahma and all the other demigods, yakshas and kinnaras, siddhas, yogis, who always meditate upon you constantly for years, are not able to see you. And I am an ignorant soul, a low-born, and you have come to see me, O Lord. You are so merciful." Lord Jagannath, wearing brilliant yellow garments, he replied, "My dear Dasya, my heart is not attracted to heaven or liberation. Whoever worships me with devotion, I am attracted to him. Your devotion is everything to me, O Dasya. My dear devotee, please ask me whatever boon you want, and I may bestow upon you that." Dasya was very pleased, and he replied, "Oh my dear Lord, all I want is to remember your lotus feet all the time. I do not need any other boon. Please bless me that I can fix my mind upon your lotus feet, and please bless me that I may have your darshan whenever I meditate upon you. I do not need anything else." Hearing this, the Lord said, "You are truly blessed, O Dasya. Whenever you go to Puri, just look upon the Neela Chakra on top of my temple, and I will manifest upon you there. Whatever you offer me, I will accept." Saying this, the Lord disappeared. The next pastime happened on 7th July on 1902, this very day. The pastime goes like this. One day, Baligram Das was doing his usual duty of selling clothes. He was at a house of a Brahmana, and there he saw a very nice tall coconut tree. He asked the Brahmana, "Can I please take a coconut from this tree? I would really like to offer it to Lord Jagannath. Whatever the cost, I am ready to pay. Please deduct it from the cost of my cloth." Hearing this, the Brahmana became very greedy and he said, "I can give you the coconut, but only in exchange of the cloth." Baligram knew that only by selling this cloth and getting the money was the survival means of him and his wife. But he was not afraid or worried. He had full faith on the Lord, and he took the coconut in exchange for the cloth, and he left for his village. The next day, a Brahmana was going to Puri to offer many kinds of fruits and nuts and milk and all those varieties of offerings. So Baligram went to him and asked, "O Brahman Dev, please take this coconut with your other offerings and please consider offering this too. You just have to go behind the Garuda Stamba, hold this coconut in your hands and offer it to the Lord by saying, 'Your devotee Baligram Das has sent you this coconut. If the Lord wants it, he will accept it. Otherwise, you can bring it back.'" Hearing this, the Brahmana laughed and he thought to himself, "Ha ha, poor Baligram. He thinks the Lord of the universe is going to offer such a small offering, and that too from a low class man? No way." But nevertheless, just for the sake, he took the coconut and he went to Puri. When he reached Jagannath's temple, he completed all his puja and he offered all his varieties. And when he was about to leave, he remembered, "Oh, Baligram had given me a coconut." And out of curiosity, he thought, "Would Jagannath really accept this offering? Let me just offer and see what happens." So, as instructed by Baligram, he went and stood behind the Garuda Stamba. He held the coconut in his hand and closed his eyes and offered, "O Daru Brahma, your devotee Baligram Das has sent you this coconut. Please accept it by extending your hands, your lotus hands. Otherwise, I will take it back." As soon as he said this, you won't imagine what happened. Lord Jagannath, who took the appearance with no hands, was now extending his long arms from the altar of the temple and just picked up the coconut from the hands of the Brahmana. The Brahmana was shocked and just simply fainted. He couldn't believe what just happened. He was amazed at the devotion that Dasya had on the Lord, that Lord Jagannath personally accepted his offering. Leave the Brahmana, even Lakshmi Devi could not understand this act of Lord Jagannath. In this way, he was mesmerized and he cried out in ecstasy, "O Baligram Das, your life is blessed. Your father and mother are truly blessed, and your whole village is blessed. All glories to you, O Dasya. Lord Pitavasa has personally accepted your offering." In this way, the news spread like a forest fire among the people in the area, and everyone glorified Baligram Das for his unalloyed devotion towards the Lord. Another day, Baligram Das was planning to go to Puri to see Lord Jagannath. He didn't want to go empty-handed, of course, so he was planning to take something to offer to Lord Jagannath. At that time, a mango vendor passed by. "Mangoes, mangoes, sweet mangoes, buy some sweet mangoes." Baligram heard this and he thought Lord Jagannath would love some sweet mangoes. So he bought 40 mangoes and took them in a big basket and took them to Puri. When he reached the lion gate, you know what happens in Puri, right? When you want to offer something to the Lord, a lot of pandas surround you and they say, "Give me, I will offer it to the Lord." And then another comes and says, No, I will offer it to the Lord." So the same thing happened to Baligram. He was surrounded with pandas and they were fighting, pushing and pulling each other that, "I will take it. No, I will take it." And Baligram turned and said, "Stop. I do not want any of you to take the mangoes. If I give it to one of the pandas, then the others will get offended. So I do not want any of you to take the mangoes." The panda said, "Then what will you do with the mangoes? If you do not give it to us, then how can they be offered? These mangoes belong to Lord Jagannath. No one can even touch them without first offering it to him." Baligram Das then went 10 feet back and he placed the basket of mangoes on the ground and he looked up at Neela Chakra where he saw Lord Jagannath and he said, "O Lord Jagannath, all these mangoes are your property. Please accept them by your own sweet will. What is the need of these brahmanas unnecessarily fighting?" So he picked up 2 mangoes and showed it to the Neela Chakra and they just vanished into thin air. They went straight to Lord Jagannath's hands and Lord Jagannath happily ate them. In this way, all the 40 mangoes were offered. This is the nature of the Lord. There is a very beautiful verse in Bengali. It goes this way. Shuchi hai muchi hai yadi Krishna tyaje, muchi hai shuchi hai yadi Krishna bhaje. It means it does not matter how low born one may be, if he has strong devotion and the qualities of a Brahmana, then the Lord will be surely pleased and will accept some little leaves and flowers and fruits and water. But if a person is high class and scholarly and does not even have a tinge of devotion in his heart, even so many things that he offers will not be even touched by the Lord. All the people were watching the mangoes vanish from Baligram's hands. They asked him, "What happened to the mangoes? What did you do to them? I'm sure you did some black magic, right?" And Baligram smiled and said, No, I have not done any black magic. The Lord of the universe himself ate all the mangoes. You do not believe me? Go check inside the altar room." Then all the pandas rushed to the temple and they were surprised to see mango seed and mango pulp all around Jagannath. When they saw Jagannath's face, mango pulp was dripping down his beautiful lotus face. The Brahmanas regretted their behavior and they said, "You are a great devotee of the Lord. You have purchased the Lord with your devotion. There is no one like you in this entire universe. We are nothing compared to you." The Brahmanas then blessed him by giving him a prasad garland of Jagannath. Hearing all this, Baligram was very pleased and he fell at the lotus feet of all these Brahmanas and rolled in their dust and smeared the dust of their lotus feet all over his body. And he said, "O Brahmanas, how fortunate am I to be blessed by all of you." After saying this, Baligram meditated on the Lord in his heart. He said, "O Chakrapani, I offer my obeisances unto you. I have a humble request. Please show me all your forms." Lord Jagannath, understanding the mood and devotion of his devotee, he appeared on the Neela Chakra and he revealed all his forms, from Matsya, Kurma, Varaha and all the way up to Kalki. Baligram fell at the ground and again he offered obeisances and said, "Now I'm delivered." Then he went back home happily, and every day and constantly he engaged himself in the devotional service of the Lord. We have now come towards the end of the story, and I would like to wrap up by saying that Lord Jagannath is not just the Lord of the universe in words, but as we saw in Dasya Bauri's story, the Lord does not look at what caste or what creed or what activities a person does. Rather, he is just conquered by pure, unalloyed, unmotivated and uninterrupted love and devotion. So let's all pray to Lord Jagannath with that love and devotion in our hearts. Jai Jagannath! Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.